Back with episode 3, just finished it, and let me just say right here, well, first of all, new camera angle, look at this. Let me just say this straight off the bat. This series has been, I'm only 3 episodes in, but it's been so underproduced. It just feels so strange considering how well done all the other ones were. And I know some people are going to be like, stop comparing it to the other ones, it's Iron Fist and it's not all those other ones. Come on. Like, yes, it's supposed to be set in the same universe, and it's building up to an alliance between all these characters. I think I can compare them. I mean, come on. You can compare Marvel movies to other Marvel movies, so why can't I compare Marvel TV shows to other ones? You know? Alright, so anyway, one thing I didn't mention in episode 2 recap is there's one moment in there that I had to mention, but I completely forgot to. It is the dumbest thing ever, but I kind of loved it. Joy, who is a character I'm starting to really dislike, and I'll talk about. I already didn't like her, but I'm starting to actually hate her. Like, I have feelings for this woman, but not anything, good. But I forgot to mention one thing. Joy wanted to know if Danny is actually who he says he is because she doesn't believe that he is. So much so that she locked him in a mental asylum. But she sends a bag of M&Ms, and I'm not kidding, M&Ms, the candy, product placement, to the mental asylum for Randy Dan to have, and he picks out the chocolate one. I mean, not the chocolate, they're all chocolate. He picks out all the brown ones and puts all the rest of them in the bag and sends it back, and Joy's like, it is Danny, it really is Randy Dan, because I guess that means... I guess that means it's him, because he used to pick out the brown ones all the time, so that's proof. It's really silly. But whatever. This one starts off with a little bit of Colleen and Danny chemistry. If you want to see more Colleen and Danny, you get that in the beginning of this episode. And for the most part, their chemistry is okay. It's not too bad. The girl that plays Colleen is pretty good. I like her. She's really, really... really hot. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. Like, yeah, she's kind of cute. I like her. No, she hot. All right, but I think their chemistry is okay, even though the dialogue is still really bad. And Danny keeps doing his mysticism, Buddhism talk every 5 seconds. There's a part in this episode where he comes in and all of Colleen's students are practicing, and he comes in and he's like, you disrespect the dojo. I'm like, oh, fuck out of here. He does not do a good job of making me believe he is well trained in anything, not even acting. But it's bad. The dialogue is really terrible in this episode. There's a heart-to-heart between Joy and Danny that does not work at all because the dialogue is so trite, and the actors don't do good enough job to sell it at all. The girl that plays Joy is pretty... she reminds me of what's her name from Jessica Jones. The Jessica Jones' friend, the news reporter or whatever she was, the radio, whatever she was, I can't remember. But she reminds me of her. She even has kind of the same look to her, except she was really likable in that show. This woman's not, because there's a part in here where they have that heart-to-heart, and then 20 minutes later... Danny comes by because he's angry at Ward, the brother character, and he is pissed at him for a good reason, and she tells him, like, hey, you're not our family, go away. Oh my god, I hate both of these fucking characters. It doesn't help that the acting and dialogue is not good at all, really, and I just hate these characters. I'm assuming we're supposed to, but... I don't know where Carrie-Anne Moss's character from Jessica Jones shows up in here, and they like really try hard to make it connect to Iron Fist by making her a not childhood friend because she's way older, but an old friend from Danny's past. Is a little too forced, but their chemistry's okay, and I love Carrie-Anne Moss, so I'm good. There's a Colleen story towards the end of the episode, which was kind of referenced in the past episode where she was talking to one of her students about him going and doing cage fighting, like illegal cage fighting. to earn some money, and I guess she was originally against it. I guess she's okay with it now because she wants to make some money, and she does it. She fights some Brock Lesnar looking dude. You could see where that's going. Everybody's like, "Oh, this little girl was Brock Lesnar dude. She's gonna lose," and of course she beats his ass, even though she gets her ass beat a little bit. But again, the fighting is not really well staged. The editing is pretty bad. So yeah, a pretty weak episode. I'd say probably the weakest one so far, even though it's the most interesting when it comes to how bad some of the stuff is. So I could watch this and kind of laugh at it because there's some really bad dialogue and some really dumbass moments. But for the most part, it's not a good episode. So I'm gonna give this one a 5 out of 10. Average. Okay, I said not good, so I didn't say it was bad. I said it was just not good. So it's average. I'm gonna watch episode 4 now. So I'll be back. Well, I'll be back in a second.